Hello, I'm here with Adam Levin. How are you doing, Adam?
Doing great. I'm going to be even better in a couple days when I join you uh, in the island of Hawaii. Yes.
I'm looking forward
It,
to it. We're going to present him on a mini tour in Hawaii, Portland, and then Los Angeles. So,
so this will be my first time to Hawaii in more than 15 or 20 years. The last time I was there, I was in high school, and I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was. Actually, I just told you. So, but it's going to be really great to be back in Hawaii. It's I think a perfect backdrop to play classical guitar, to be inspired by the guitar, by its music. And I've tried to put together a program that pairs both the great music of the past with my passion for newly commissioned works. And so I think we're going to hear a little Bach. I know we're going to hear some music by Mario Casanova Tedesco. We're also going to hear some music by my good friend, colleague, and composer Eduardo Morales Caso from Cuba, who now lives in Spain. And we'll also hear some music by a Catalan composer, Salvador Brotons. And so I'm just excited to present this music, hopefully in a really new and inspired way. I just spent a week in outside of Atlanta in this sort of wellness retreat area, and it was so inspiring to be in the countryside. And so I think in the same way, I think be even more inspirational, and I think the audience is going to be really into it. And looking forward to getting some rays. I love teaching. I think as a musician, we sort of have three trains that we can take. One is the performance train, one is the education train, and one is the recording train. And I also sometimes take the train that shares music with the community. Has become like a real, it's not even a fast in my career. It's just like it's who I am, and sharing my knowledge. And I like it to be like a very collaborative experience. I like asking questions. I like cultivating personal voices. So, I'm not just creating a cookie cutter classical guitarist. I'm creating somebody who's sitting in front of me, breathing, living, learning, who is very different than the next student who's breathing, living, and learning in a completely different way. And so I have to hone into who they are in order to bring out the best uh, musician that they possibly can be. So I think it's as much about identity as it is with the piece of music that they're playing. And of course, they'll have technical obstacles that they might have questions on, and that's why I'm there. And so I give them quick solutions. It's like when the plumber comes over to your house. It's like if I it would be a disaster, the whole house would just fall down. But when you have the plumber come over, they're like, here's step one, here's step two, step three, done. And so I'm sort of like the classical guitar plumber.
excellent. So, what kind of instrument are you playing these days?
Great question. So I play several instruments right now. I've been very fortunate to, and it's actually, I guess, sort of a vice of mine, um, adding new guitars to my collection. I guess you could say, um, as much as I possibly can. So I play on a Dominic Field guitar from France, which are amazing
You play
guitars.
one of those? I love Dominic Field guitars.
Oh, they're
Oh
they're
man,
incredible
that's
instruments.
ridiculous.
So I play one of his instruments. I also play on a Stephen Connor. I basically instruments, and I have two beautiful instruments by him. Then my most recent acquisition is a guitar by Greg Miller, who is from your neck of the woods,
Really?
in
I'm gonna
Portland,
see him. I
Oregon.
bought a ticket to your concert.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
see
he'll be
him
there.
soon.
Yeah, or else you'll see me destroy the guitar on camera. Either show up or your guitar will be destroyed. But yeah, he makes honestly, I fell in love with his guitars immediately, and this I think it happened in 2018 when I was in Portland. I was in this crazy scenario where I was driving back home from jury exams at University of Rhode Island, got caught in an accident, not my own accident, but somebody else's accident, and I had to make the decision ultimately. I was either going to go home, get my guitar and my suitcase, $5 a day for central parking, and get to Portland, Oregon. And I chose getting to Portland, but with no clothes, no guitar. I
Good
luckily had
choice.
my music. Yeah, excellent choice. And so that led to I needed a guitar. That led to playing on a Greg Miller guitar, and I just fell in love at that point. I was like, "Holy cow!" The aesthetic, the beauty in which he builds each instrument, and the purity of sound. I mean, he's a modern builder, but with an ear for the sound from the past. And I think he, in a very perfect way, blends the modern traditions with the traditions of the past. So I'm actually going to be bringing that guitar out. Well, for one, I you have to bring out the phrase. You have to find the phrase. Two, I always think of my composer friend. He said, "Tienes que cantar cada nota." You have to sing every note. Más expresivo, more expressive. And like, what does that mean? So that it can manifest itself in the use of vibrato. And I'm a big advocate of vibrato. If you don't use vibrato
Right.
as a guitarist, you can't fully express the notes. Basically, when you play a note on a guitar, it goes to die immediately unless you
You
do
do
something to sustain
your
it.
vibrato side to side or up and down, and then how long
It's
do you
it's a hybrid of the two.
right?
Yeah, so that's something that's very. It's personal to Elliot. Angel has a little bit of it too. Segovia used it. I was able to pick it up sort of a priori through my study with Elliot, and it's something I'm surprised more people don't do it because we're taught in school a sort of lateral vibrato, but there's like sort of it misses the wah, the sort of the celloistic quality of a vibrato, and so I definitely that's something I'm a big fan of is using yes lateral but also up and down as well. So it's almost it's circular. That would be the hybrid.
Nice. I'm
It's
so looking forward to this. You're going to be touching down in Hawaii, where I'm at right now, pretty soon.
oh yeah, it's gonna be a wild time, and
Like a
I
day or
love
two away.
yeah,
I know
it's too
it's
it's
like ridiculous,
actually at
but
this very
literally a day
time.
or two away.